Good morning, everyone. Great job. 9:10, but everybody was quiet. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have not scanned in the QR code, if you could do that, we'll take a quick minute to do that. It's, I believe, 3 questions, and that will get you logged into the LEAD website where you will get all sorts of information on all the upcoming LEAD events and everything that they have going on. They have some great programs going on, and we'll hear a little bit more about those later in the meeting.
Jim, you want to ask about the Google Lens?
Oh, thank you, Greg. Greg has to remind me this every time.
Well, I'm Android, so that's fine.
If you have an Android, you have to scan this through the Google Lens, and then it will take you to the login. So if you try to scan it from your camera on an Android like normal, it will not bring up the website. So use the Google Lens. All right, are we good? We're going to move on. All right, so before we get started, just a couple of housekeeping notes as we move forward. If we can, make sure that we keep our side conversations to a minimum, if not at all during our presentation. We want to give our presenter our 100% focus so we can focus on their challenge for the week. We want to keep our phones muted again, just so we don't disturb and we don't interrupt the presentation. And then lastly, we are filming live on Facebook. This is always an opportunity that if you have talked to somebody in the past that says, I'd love to be able to make it, but just Wednesdays just don't work. They can join us on Facebook. They can participate on Facebook. In the comment section, if they have a thought for our presenter, Margaret is monitoring the Facebook, right? Josie, somebody's monitoring the Facebook. All right. We'll do it. We'll make sure it's done. Somebody is monitoring the Facebook, but if you have a comment or they have a comment, tell them to please comment with their suggestions and we'll get them involved on Facebook. Oh, and then lastly, bathrooms, men's are up here to my right, your left, and then ladies back here through the building. So we want to thank our host, the Mega Workplace, and if this is the first time you've been, if you've been here before, you've heard this, but this building was put together and designed for small business success. Downstairs we have the SBDC, John Duranes, wherever John is, there's Johnny. John is going to help you put business plans together. We have 1 million cups. We meet here, same location, every Wednesday from 8:30 to 10. This is where you come to help get your small business launched or started. We'll go into that more in a couple of slides. And then we also have the UCF incubator that is going to help take your business to the next level. We also like to take this time, and again, this is what we like to refer to. This is the hub for business success. So if you want to be part of this and you're here with us every week, and we have other resources for you to participate. Monty, did you want to do the dignitary introductions for the day?
Sure. So we have Jermaine Toot. He's around with Lake County Economic Development. We're commercial support. And for the first time, we've got Miss Yolanda Green from Career Source.
CareerSource Central Florida is a regional workforce board, and we're here to serve in our community, and that means it's basically your HR behind the scenes. We have avenues to help with career focus, and also a leverage to school focus as well if they want to base their career and gain more insight into furthering their career as far as education. We're here to serve you, so if I could be a help of service to you, and you, let me know. Once again, Yolanda from CareerSource.
Can I add to that? Everyone, I would say, please, today, if you have a chance, get in contact with Yolanda. Anything that we do in the county and lead, if you look on the brochures, it's always Lake County, Lead, and CareerSource. She's a great resource. Internships, if you want to upskill your employees, everything, they take care of it. They even fund a lot of it.
It's free.
It's free at that too. And they're right there on the Leesburg campus of Lake Sumter. Please go, this is a great resource. If you get her card today and talk to her.
Yeah, talk to them afterwards, because this is just more opportunities and more context for successful business and business success in general. So we want to also thank our sponsor, Foxtail Coffee. They have been our sponsor from day one, and they're going to be our ongoing sponsors going forward. So we want to thank them. If you're out, I say this every week, but if you're out, have a meeting, and if you meet somebody and you connect with somebody today and you want to get to know them more and connect further, go to a Foxtail just as a way to give back and say thank you to them for everything that they've done to us, for us, and everything that they're going to do for us going forward. And then, where's Latona? Santa. She is everything on the table and all the goodies. This is Latona from Legacy Financial. Not that we don't want to clap for Foxtail, but we want to thank Latona for her third quarter sponsorship of, it's supposed to be a donut sponsor, but this donuts, we'll say donuts and so much more. All right. What is 1 Million Cups? So it is a hub and a home base for entrepreneurs in Lake County. Again, this is where you come. If you want a successful business, this is where you come to be part of it. The cool thing about 1 Million Cups, this is a nationwide program that was started by the Kauffman Foundation out of Kansas City. And the reason and the purpose behind this was to help small businesses become successful long-term, not just start up and have 2 good years of business. They want small businesses to start up and be long-term successes for the area. And I think we all know we're in kind of a little bit of a tough economy right now. Small businesses drive our economy. We need to make those as successful as possible. The great thing, every Wednesday, there's no cost to attend. You come, you get coffee, you get fruits and donuts and all the good stuff over there. It is free to attend every week. There will never be a cost to attend or to present. And then if you're an entrepreneur, if you want to come give back, this is the place you give back. This is a business-to-business support program. This is where you come to give back to your fellow business partners and coworkers and anybody else in the community that you want to help support. I think the more we support each other, the more that our businesses are going to do well and strive. So before we get into what actually is 1 Million Cups, can we thank our presenter last week, Jeremy Valbury? Thank you. We didn't know I was going to do that. One of the things that Monty and I and Ray, we've talked about that we want to do as a way to say thank you for coming and attending every week, giving of your time to give back to our presenters, is we want to bring subject matter experts that we can hopefully give some good information back to you. Kaylee was our subject matter expert second quarter. Great business advice. Jeremy hit great advice last week. Unfortunately, I wasn't here and I missed it. But each quarter, we're going to have a subject matter expert because we just want to say thank you for what you do and coming every week and giving of your time. We want to try to give something back to you that hopefully will help your business going forward as well. So, what is 1 Million Cups? As we like to say, it is presentations and not pitches. Our presenters are not coming up here to sell you. They're not coming up here to fundraise. They're not coming up here to try to ask you for your business. They're going to come up, and we'll go into a minute, with a challenge, and they're asking you for your help. At the same time, if you're here to help them, you're not here to sell them your product or say, hey, I've got something that you need to do business with me and I can help solve that problem. Now, we don't want to discourage business, we want to encourage it. So if you know somebody, you can go, you know what, I know, I've been in a similar situation. I know somebody that can help that situation. Let's talk afterwards, and maybe we can make a connection through that. Which leads to the next one. We are here to connect and not network. You know, that's been an ongoing question about what is connecting, what is networking. In my opinion, real short, networking, you go into a meeting looking to ask for business and potentially come out of it with business. When you connect, you're coming in here just to connect, get to learn to know somebody. You're not coming in with the purpose of asking for business. Here we are looking to connect, and we're looking for business and business opportunities to grow organically from those connections. So, we're going to go ahead and get started with some introductions. Who is here for the first time? If you would please stand up. We're going to have you introduce yourselves. So, in the spirit of non-networking, we're going to ask for your name and your company name. Not what you do, not who your customer is. Name and business name. We'll start with Colton.
My name is Colton Likens. I'm local to Lake County. I actually service all of Florida, but I specialize in marketing, digital marketing for smaller businesses, helping them reach the leads they want right off the bat without wasting money.
What's your business name?
I'm building my agency right now. I don't have one right now, but I do marketing on my own.
Okay. Kevin.
Hi everyone, my name is Kevon Miller. I am local to Lake County in Central Florida. I own one of the largest web and marketing agencies here, Fox Point Web and Marketing Agency, and we do websites and marketing.
Good morning, I'm Stephen Van Berrick. I'm with the Lions of Florida.
Thanks, Stephen.
Hello, my name is Del Shawn, and I'm working under Compassionate Connections Home Care as an intern.
Thank you. Karen Marshall.
Good morning, I'm Karen Marshall with Karen Marshall Health Coaching. Have a great day.
Thank you, Karen. All right, let's thank all of our first timers for their attendance. She's our presenter, so she doesn't need to do that. Heather, you're going to get more than enough time. So. All right, so at some point in the day, normally in a lot of the other meetings, they have two presenters. We're only doing one. We're trying to get a good schedule of presenters, probably a good 6 to 8 weeks out. We would prefer 8 weeks, maybe even 9. So we're going one presenter. That's going to really give our full attention to that presenter. And after the presentation, we'll do a drawing for a giveaway. So, which reminds me, if you have not put a business card in the bucket, well, Tony's got the bucket. Let's make sure we get a business card in there so you have a chance to win. So, who is eligible to present? You know, as we talked about at the beginning, the program was put together for newer and startup businesses to be successful. So if you have a concept, a business idea, if you're sitting at dinner and you're scratching some notes kind of going, I think this might have a chance to be a successful business, we want you up here to present. We've had quite a few with a business idea or concept present to get your thoughts. Would this business be successful? What would it take to get this business going? If you have a newer business, you're 1 to 5 years. In business, this is where majority of businesses have their toughest challenges. This is where we want you to help overcome those challenges, because it's pretty common that if you're in business over 5 years, your success rate is going to jump exponentially for the long term. It's getting past that first 5 years, and we want to be here between 1 million cups, between John Duramus, between the UCF incubator. We want to help you get to that 5-year level of success. So with the 1 to 5 year businesses, with the newer startups, this is what we refer to as our what keeps you up at night, the challenge. What do you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about? How do I get past this? How do I overcome this? You know, what are my next steps to do this? So if you have a what keeps you up at night challenge and you want to present, talk to myself, talk to Monty, talk to Margaret, talk to one of the organizers, and we will get you set up to present that challenge and get some great feedback. And then again, you know, it's not just for newer businesses. Successful businesses also are looking to grow. So we want to be there to help you grow your business. So if you're over 5 years, but if you're looking to expand your business, that can be a huge challenge that many successful business owners don't know how to take that next step of growth or moving on, adding a new leg, adding a separate product. This is where we want you to present that challenge as a successful business. So that way, there's many people that come every week that have have grown their business and know how to do that, the mistakes that have been made, and the ways that you can move forward. So long-term businesses, we want you up here as well. So how do you stay connected with us? How do you not? We've got everything up there. You've got the LEAD website. There's the Lake County Eustis 1 Million Cups website. We've got Twitter. We've got Instagram. I'm learning them all. We got Facebook. We got LinkedIn, and we got YouTube. I hit them all. So I think if you scan that, it's gonna connect you to something that's gonna connect you to all of them. So if you haven't been to scan it, there's other things to scan around. But if you're not connected with us, because you're not trying. So we're gonna get you started, ladies. Are you ready on the mics? We want to get everybody warmed up, get your thoughts going. We're gonna do our question of the day. We'll take a few questions and a few responses. So what's one thing on your bucket list that you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years? You're being interviewed for a job. What's your 5-year plan? Pat.
Todd Italy, Best Virgin Media. I mean, I'm gonna go selfish. I want to be successful enough that I can just take like 3 or 4 months off and go hike the whole Appalachian Trail and just not care.
Mine's easy. I turned 62 this year. My 5-year goal is to be done at 67. There you go. Greg and I talked about that earlier. Anyone else? Jeremy.
Jeremy Valverde, Affinity Tech Solutions. So in the next 5 years, I want to take my boys on a national road trip and hit all the sites across the country and take a couple months to do that. So the national parks, the historical places like the Eastern Seaboard, all the way out to the West Coast.
Latona.
Latona Paya Legacy Financial. In the next 5 years, I want to be able to franchise 15 tax offices.
All right, couple more, then we're going to do it with our presenter. Marie.
President, CEO of the Lake Eustis Area Chamber of Commerce. In my mind, my goal within the next 5 years, I would like to do it in 3 years, is to kick off a capital campaign for the chamber so we can get our own facility and continue to serve our membership in the Lake Eustis Area Chamber of Commerce.
All right, one more. Karen Marshall.
I would like to retire debt-free to the mountains with my husband.
We'll look for a cabin next door to each other. All right, so the format today and every week is we have our presenter come up. They're gonna do roughly a 6-minute presentation. We say roughly because we're not gonna cut you off in 6 minutes. If it goes a little bit longer, it may take away a couple of minutes from the feedback time, but we want to make sure that you can get your message out there. So we just say roughly 6 minutes. And then we're going to have roughly 20 minutes of feedback, 20 to 22 minutes of feedback from all of you helping overcome the challenges. So I'm excited about this one. I think this is an awesome program. So we want to introduce, and let's give Heather Subert from Kairos Adventures a big hand, and she is going to go through her program.
Good morning, everybody. You guys are the most energetic, welcoming group for Wednesday morning. I'm so excited to be here. I am joined, thank you so much. I am joined by a couple of my co-leaders. David is in the back and Tyler is in the back.
Covered back.
Yeah, they are artists in our programs at Kairos Adventures. So we're just here to talk a little bit about who we are and what we do. So thankful that they could be with us today. Our mission is to empower people of varying abilities to discover and develop their unique, God-given potential and purpose. We want to do that by removing barriers so that people with varying abilities can engage in all aspects of community, give back, and make the world a better, more beautiful place. We do that through a lot of programs: drama, dance, martial arts, culinary arts, leadership development, community service, community exploration. What we want to see is we want to see a world where all people, absolutely everyone, is seen, known, and celebrated as part of God's intentional design for humanity. I'm going to use the clicker. Here we go. No. Oh, okay. What's that? Okay. Just jumping around. Our short story. some friends and I worked in ministry for a long time. We worked in nonprofits and then we served together in ministry, and our friends with disabilities who had aged out of school would come to Sunday school or to church on Sunday, and then they would wait all week long for the next event for them to get together with their friends. And we thought, man, that is not a way to live, to have one thing a week that you're so excited about. So we launched a pilot program at the church that we were in, and it was so successful that we eventually launched a nonprofit. We opened our doors in January of 2023. Our dream last year was to have 15 participants. We opened in Sanford, Florida, and by the end of last year, we had 3 locations and 100 participants. So the need, it was a little overwhelming to us too, because we were program people. If you have ever in your life met a reluctant entrepreneur, it is me. I just want to show up and have fun with my friends. I don't want to worry about taxes or registering with the state or board development or fund, none of that stuff. That's not what I want to do. But in order to do the stuff that I wanted to do, I had to learn to do all of that stuff with my team. Let's see why I'm here today. We are really interested in serving as many people as possible. I mentioned that we had expanded pretty quickly to 3 locations. We are now in Sanford, Orlando, and Altamont Springs. We partner with churches who donate space for us to meet, to do our programs, or offer that space for a very, very minimal fee. And we have expanded exclusively through word of mouth. We haven't done a lot of marketing or promotion because there is such a big demand. What keeps me up at night? In the state of Florida, there are 22,000 people on a waiting list for services with the state who have development principals and a team around you. You turn 22 and all of that goes away. Then you can register with the Agency for People with Disabilities for services, and if you're lucky, the wait is about 7 years. I've had friends on that wait list for 15, 16 years. So 22,000 people are waiting to get the services that they need and the community that they so desperately want to plug into. So that always in my head, we're serving 100 and it feels like so many, and it's just a small percentage of representative of the need in not only Central Florida, but throughout the state. And that brings me to appropriate marketing strategies. In Central Florida, because I had been involved in disability ministry, it was kind of easy to grow to that 100 because people knew me and they knew my friends. And they were excited to sign up for this new thing where we did classes and opportunities. We've started to get requests from Lake County for families. We actually have several families that drive from Claremont to Orlando. They bring their family members to our program. So they make that drive every single day back and forth. And we started to have families in Sorrento and in Leesburg say, hey, we really want this here. So what does it look like to enter? This is where you guys come in. What does it look like to duplicate what we're doing in a community where I really don't know anyone except for the few families who said, hey, over here, don't forget us. Like we want our adult family members deserve this and need this, and we'd love to be a part of that. And then, of course, if you're number 3, because I work in a nonprofit, fundraising does keep me up at night, but we're not here to talk about that today. So, just wanted you to see some pictures of my beautiful friends and the amazing things they do in the studios, on the stage, drama, dance, martial arts, culinary arts. We're doing some amazing things. We have a choir. We were really excited that our choir is invited to sing at multiple locations throughout Central Florida, multiple events. And last year we actually got to go to Tallahassee and sing at the Capitol. We're very excited about opportunities for our friends because when they do go sing, especially in churches, they're not just performing, they're leading worship for an entire congregation who then says, oh, hey, I'm starting to think of leadership differently because once upon a time, the only people who could lead were this type of people, but now I see that we all have potential to be leaders and influencers and world changers. Community service is a big part of what we do. David, you want to tell us what you do every Thursday?
I love food.
You deliver food. David is part of a program that picks up food from Publix that is donated, and he helps transport it to a nonprofit food pantry, who then distributes it to the community. And so that's a really cool way for us to give back. You see us sorting soap there. That's some of our food pantry work. We also deliver magazines for an organization called Bright Feet to get resources into the hands of families impacted by disability. So lots and lots of good things going on with my friends, community gardens, sorting clothes, just, they're amazing. We also have a lot of fun. We went to Savannah last year. We get out and around in the community. We like to learn. As soon as we pulled up, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna come down here and do the river walk and hang out in downtown Eustis. You guys can tell me where we should go eat. Because this would be a great day trip for us. Most importantly though, it's really about friendship and community. I mean, we all seek that, right? We seek people in our lives who see us and know us and believe in us and who want to spend time with us. So for us, it really is about building relationships. I think that was the last one was kind of our timeline. I think I talked about that. We opened in January of last year after some pilot programs and a little bit more about our growth. I think I've covered everything that I wanted to cover. Ways to get involved, of course. We are looking for a location in the Lake County area where we could maybe start to do some programs or connection opportunities. It might just be a worship night once a month or a fun activity one weekend a month. Please, we'd love for you to connect on social media. Some of you might, I'm not gonna ask for a hand, some of you might have been impacted by disability in your own life. If you have not, I promise you have a friend or a loved one who has been impacted by disability. The fact is, autism rates are now 1 in 36. In 1970, I think they were 1 in 5,000, so those rates are just going up, and more people are just learning to live in a world where disability is a part of who we are. And it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It can be a really beautiful thing, but it means we have to adapt and brainstorm and get creative sometimes. I think that's it. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. It was a lot to say.
It goes fast. Before we get started, we got some help back here. Can we take just a quick minute? Let's thank David and Tyler for being here today. Thank you, guys.
I would also like to say, David and Tyler would love to answer a question for you. So when we're done, if you'll go back and talk to them about who they are and what they do, they would love to connect with you.
And then one more, Yvonne, before we get started. Can we thank Heather for what she's doing? All right, Yvonne, start us off.
Nice to meet you, Heather, and I really appreciate all you guys are doing, but what about tours? Are you guys open for tours so we can come in?
We are, yeah. So we're currently doing programming in Stanford, Orlando, and Altamont. We do offer tours during the day while we're doing programs. We'd love to set that up for you, and we'd love for you to come and see our programs in action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as we make our way around, I'm gonna actually hit on the fundraising. So one of the things that our church does is they have 4 different programs that they donate to, and for each new member that we have that week, if they fill out a card that they were a first-time visitor to the church, they will donate $20 for that card to the charity or the organization of their church or of their choice. So hit all of the churches and just kind of get that idea to say, hey, is this something that we can work in? And I don't know how much we do on a weekly or monthly basis. But again, it's for every new member, it's $20, and they just choose who they ultimately go to. Paula.
I've never spoken to a microphone. How is that possible? Oh, you want to do it? I just want to, maybe Amanda wants to do it. I wanted you to share just a little bit, Heather, about your online ministry, because that's been so important to Amanda here. Do you want to tell about anything about Kairos?
It's really great. I love it. Absolutely.
I would like to thank the Anchor family for inviting me here and getting me connected for this opportunity.
You're welcome. It's clear. Did you know how you said you wanted to sponsor someone?
Yeah.
I have a YouTube channel, so once I get some content going, maybe you can sponsor that.
Amanda, I love that. Amanda is very creative. She's definitely one of our artists.
Mom, on the other hand.
Kevin.
My phones.
Oh yeah, so Paula was mentioning, in addition to our 3 locations, we actually do online classes every single day. We realized some of our friends could not get to us because of where they were, or for medical reasons, or for physical reasons. They couldn't leave their house. So every day we offer an online class through Zoom where our artist friends log on and they take drawing or dance or drama, or there's been a variety of things that we do. And so we try to offer that every day to build community and have those personal connections with people who can't physically get to us. We have about 25 that do online programs.
Okay. So I have a lot that I want to share with you, and I'll try to be fast.
Great.
So I created a tech startup company called Help It.
Okay.
And we pretty much invented this product where it's a digital wristband for people who are on the spectrum or have mental disabilities. We partner with Lake County Sheriff's Department, various police department, Mount Dora, Kissimmee. They have a database of everyone whose family might have signed their children up or their family up. I can get you in touch with Lake County Sheriff's Department so they could get that information over to you, or at least contact the families.
I would love that. That sounds amazing. I would love to learn more about that.
Of course.
Definitely.
Secondly, marketing strategy. I do want to ask you a quick question for you. Do you have a marketing budget?
No.
No? Okay, no worries, no worries.
Honestly, I'm the marketing person, which is
Okay.
a terrible idea. But hopefully we grow to the point where we do have a marketing budget and a marketing person.
No worries. So I am willing to work with you guys for 2 months free of charge. I'd love to help you guys expand digital marketing, whatever you guys need from me. I have other agencies that I'm working with as well. Be happy to contribute any resources that I can. And I think there was one more thing as well. All right. So partnerships. Partnerships is going to be your best friend. Because of the nature of the work with Help It, there are additional partnerships that I'd be able to get you in touch with as well, different organizations around here, schools, and I'd be happy to help in any way that I can.
Thank you so much for both of those, because that would be wonderful for our organization.
I think what you're doing is amazing. I saw your wrapped vehicle outside, and when I pulled up, I was like, ooh, who's presenting today? Are we going rock climbing? What are we doing? It's Kairos Adventure. And now that I know about it more, I'm like, wow, that's really cool. You should lean into that a little bit more. In the same spirit as come on here, I have a local magazine that hits a large portion of the county. We'd love to run a nonprofit charity article for you. If you could write something up with a bunch of pictures, we'll get it out there for you.
Yes, I would love that. I would like to clarify. In our very first year, we entered a contest and we won that very beautiful personalized Land Rover for free. It did not cost us a dime, not a registration. So we're not rolling, with deep pockets, but we have been incredibly blessed, and we'd love to show you that. Land Rover, if you want to come see it.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mark Thibodeau. Everybody has met me here through my company, TNT CNC. But they actually call me Master Mark. I'm 7th degree black belt in Taekwondo, and I recently sold my school, World Class Taekwondo in Claremont. I'm the highest ranked Taekwondo master in Lake County. We sold the school on May 1st. We've been teaching adaptive martial arts with the Dreamplex in Claremont for the past 12 years for free. The school is continuing to do that program. And as this gentleman mentioned, partnering, I think you should talk to Cameron and Amy Gomes with the Dreamplex in Claremont, because I think they do pretty much the same thing that you're doing, but on a larger scale. They have extremely high-pocketed donors. All right, so it might be somebody you want to talk to on that. And should you need any help with teaching the martial arts, I'm quite influential, and I can speak to other schools and get you help with that.
Wonderful, thank you. Such a good connection.
All right, Kevin, so I want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually speak to everyone in this room. From my company, I'm willing to donate $500. I think we all touched on number 1, number 2, but no one's touched on number 3. And I'm asking everyone in here, if anyone is willing or capable of doing that or matching that, that would be great. So do we have any takers who are willing to donate? Okay.
Hi, Heather. So quick question on fundraising, actually, in particular. What is your current source of funds right now? Do you have anything that you found success with?
Yeah, so a little quick overview in our budget. It's about $350,000 a year for our entire program budget. We do charge fees for our programs. They are on a sliding scale, and so it starts at $5 a day. Most people pay $20 to $25 a day. So we do bring in some money for fees. We bring in less than half of what we need to operate in fees. So that leaves us needing to raise about $200,000 a year. Again, have been incredibly fortunate. When we won the Land Rovers, we also won $32,000. Have had a couple of foundations that stood by us as we launched, the Michael Spano Foundation, and another organization that likes to remain anonymous. And then we have some incredible supporters in the community who just have prioritized supporting the work that we do. And their generosity has allowed us to move forward and given us the funds to really get launched.
And so with that, it sounds like it's kind of been happened to you versus formal fundraising.
100%. Yeah.
All right,
Another thing I have to learn.
I think Monty has some questions, and then Matthew, or if we can get Matthew live. Matthew.
I'll go for me, and then I'll go live from Facebook. So for me, when we're sitting in these economic development meetings between Lead and Lake County government, we're talking about how to bring companies in, how to expand current companies here, and how to help the entrepreneurs by putting on this program. It's Jermaine that says, what nonprofits can we get here to be the supplemental force of people that might have been forgotten about, like that have been incarcerated, that maybe people with disabilities. So I highly encourage you to connect with Mr. Coop here. Also live from Facebook, Delaney Foster says, she's so impressed. Thank you for using the heart that God has given you for this specific ministry. She suggests talking to Life Point Church in Eustis and First Baptist Leesburg and First Baptist Umatilla. They would have space and as well potential resources that could bring you into Lake County. She suggests creating a video, if you don't already have one, who you are, what you do, testimonials, and ask everyone to share. And also she has a connection to the Special Olympics, which does have a headquarters in Lake County.
That's all great. I mean, great resources. Her name is Delaney?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Delaney. That's awesome.
All right, Matthew Guy with Pinpoint Web Studio. Thank you so much for driving all the way out here and sharing with us your vision. I have some connections. I'll go with you afterwards, but the three things I want to mention on marketing, I'm not sure if you're doing any of this already, but given that a lot of what you're doing is very community-based, I'm wondering if you have promoted any of this via like Facebook events or putting it on Meetup, but having regular events that you're putting out on a calendar, I think is going to be one of the main ways that you're going to promote it and start to attract from those certain communities, states, and then it can get shared and, from there. So again, Facebook and Meetup would be good. And then on a more outside of digital sense, going into the schools or various HOAs, especially some of the larger ones, they probably have a large community of individuals that are in this sort of boat, or maybe they have their own clubs already that are meeting. So if they had another resource that are similar to this, even like Lake Central State College, since you're primarily working with adults, might be another place where you can have like a bulletin and you can go through their resources as well.
Thank you.
So if you will be so kind as to register to be a client of mine, we will help you set up a structured donation system that will help you manage your donations.
They're free.
Okay?
Oh, okay. I like that. That's awesome. Thank you.
Great size with Graduate Connection. One of the best things to do, in my opinion, to really go after the low-hanging fruit, look at all of the families that currently have a child in your program and see what they do and put out, also you have an email list, say, hey, these are the things that we need. Can you parents, do you know of anybody, or can you volunteer for these specific things? Because I understand where you're coming from in regards to having to do it all. I have friends that have charities and stuff and they try to do it all. But you're good at what you do and stick with that. But I think you should really put out an email stating in every single month or however times a week, whatever, put out something where if you have a need, send it out to all your current families and then let them find a person for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna piggyback on that. And then I have a question for, I think Marie left, but Kate, I'm gonna pull you into a question. You know, I know the one thing that we all deal with as volunteers, and we have kids in programs that volunteer, it's the same group every week that's helping out.
Yeah.
And maybe as a way to go to schools or programs, a lot of programs have required volunteer hours that are needed to be met. I don't know where you find them, it's just a thought that popped in when Greg, but maybe you can reach out to them and say, hey, if you have something that requires volunteer hours, colleges, you know, like something.
Bright futures.
Yeah, Bright Futures have requirement, maybe you can get them. Now Kate, for you, from your chamber experience, my other thought is somebody had mentioned about getting out and just volunteering and having the kids come and sing or do a demonstration from the martial arts at ribbon cuttings, just to get, you know, provided that the business would be okay with that, which they should be. And Kate, is that something that they could do?
I mean, I have a lot of ideas where you could volunteer. Those are based on whichever business is having the ribbon cutting. I have had experience where ribbon cuttings were kind of a collaborative, especially with cottage businesses. So I don't think that's something that the Uses Chamber would not want to be interested in, and some of the businesses here as well. I would look at, you know, there's some ways that you can find it just on Volunteer Florida, you know, the state website. I don't know if you've ever checked that. Kind of forget about it once in a while, but you can break it down regionally. Also engaging with the Florida Chamber, the state chamber. They're all about engagement and tons of statistics and scoreboards, just talking about different populations and demographics in each county can be broken down. And so that's something that we could, you know, try to get you engaged in that. I have some info I can send to you, and then I think we're supposed to be after this anyway. So anyway, thank you.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you, Kate. And she didn't know I was going to pull her into it. Over here. Go ahead.
My name is Rose Lindo with Lindo's Catering and Events locally here. On December 15th, our church, Woodlawn Ministries, which is locally here, we're having a concert for the youth. We would like to invite you to participate in the concert.
That would be amazing. Our crew would love that. Yes.
So just get with me. And then also, I have a sewing business where I do sewing classes. I would like to offer you that as well.
Thank you. That would be so cool.
Yes.
I love that.
So that would be our gift to you.
So question, do you already apply for state grants or for grant writer?
We do not.
Okay, so that's a great idea, obviously, but I'm sure it puts more on your plate, but I know a couple volunteer grant writers I can connect you with. And then a second more long-term fundraising / marketing strategy, planned giving. So a lot of individuals will determine an amount of money that they are comfortable with writing into their will or into their trust documents that they are going to give after they pass. Again, more of a long-term strategy, but especially for individuals who are impacted or know people who are impacted, your cause is really going to be huge for them. So maybe coming up with some sort of flyer that you can pass out so people understand that long-term they can set up a planned giving strategy for you as well.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Marianne.
My children go to the Villages Charter School, and in order to go to that school, we have to do parent involvement, and it might be something that you could incorporate into your program, and it wouldn't necessarily have to be the parents, because I know they're very busy, but it could be grandparents, or it could be other people that would come in and help, and especially like if you're going on a field trip or you're going somewhere that you need additional help. Also, I know people have mentioned a lot of churches. Our church has something on our website that's called Just Serve, and it has different opportunities for service. And so, you know, if you could get connect and I can get you connected with them, that would be another way where people who are looking for service for them, for their family, themselves, they could have that opportunity to come and work in one of your centers.
Love that connection, thank you.
I'm gonna piggyback on my friend here, right? Being a tax preparer and bookkeeper, I also have clients that we're coming up on the end of the year and they have to give some money. So usually I pick a charity. So this year and my whole tax season, I'm gonna pick your charity and we're gonna
I'm gonna move to Lake County.
So while Amanda's making it to Monty, another thought that I had is some of the local nursing homes, a group of our youth went and performed Christmas at Avante in Eustis. And if you can coordinate it ahead of time, get the kids there to perform. The people at the nursing home loved it, but maybe if you coordinate ahead of time, they can get family members to come in and they can see what your program is doing. And just, again, it's exposure. You know, Avante has several locations. I don't remember the former Osprey Ridge has a huge location, but maybe through some of the different nursing facilities and care facilities, if you've got enough time to plan for Christmas, you can maybe make a little circuit with all of those. And again, it's just exposure.
That's awesome.
Monty.
Could you please share with us who is on your board of directors? I know it's a nonprofit, you have to have one.
We do. We have a very small board. It is our startup board. Our chair is Nathan Clark, who owns Wonder Made Marshmallows. If you like marshmallows, they have a business in downtown Sanford and also there at Disney Springs. And they ship worldwide. Flavored marshmallows, magical air. We will appreciate the plug. And then Debbie Longstaff owns a business and has been very involved in our launch, and a gentleman named Rick Brown, and then myself. And then we have an advisory panel of volunteers that's separate from the board.
Have you thought about expanding the board? Because there's a lot of large companies that love to give back, that try to be pillars in the community, like the hospitals, for example. And I think it'd be worth your while to open the doors for them and consider them as an opportunity to engage with people that already care about wellness and ministry. And it won't hurt you, it won't cost you anything to expand your board.
Good idea.
Are
you applying?
Jeremy, unfortunately, we're running out of time. Talk afterwards. We're gonna go break. Brandy's gonna finish us up, and then anybody else, because we want to respect everybody's time. We'll go through community announcements, but please stay. There's plenty of food. Talk to Heather. I know she had a lot of people to connect with. You're welcome to stay as long as you need to. Greg.
Another thought I have for you is collaborate with charities that are in your field, because they might have more funds, and when they see how specific you are, maybe they can help in the fund aspect of it, or give you other ideas within your own industry.
All right, Brandy, wrap us up.
So what, as a community, can we do to help?
I feel like there's so many first steps that you guys have already stepped up, like inviting us to your events and connecting us to churches and offering support and connections. I think I'm just gonna have to go back and watch this video over and take notes and write it all down and do the follow-up. So you guys have been amazing.
Yeah, we're taking notes for you too.
Yeah, okay.
So, as we wrap up, and again, we don't respect everybody's time. To me, this is what the program's about. You know, look at the feedback that she got. Personally, thank you. Thank yourselves. And we are going to do our drawing now, Latona. We're going to let David, you're going to pick a card, and Tyler's going to pick a card. So we're going to do 2 winners today, and we're going to get David and Tyler involved.
Jim, 1 second. I just wanted to, this will be quick.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
figuring the card out.
We're picking cards.
So I was hearing everybody's advice and opinions, and some things, it became very overwhelming to hear all the different help. And the only thing I was going to ask the group was, if you had something that you recommended or advised, to follow through, because she's one person, and I know she's got a team of people, but if you can help her by following through on what you offer, that would be probably very helpful.
Oh, wonderful,
to you.
yes.
Someone to say that. That's all.
I'd be happy to give it to you.
All right, who's our winners?
Louis Short.
All right. And our second winner, Tyler?
Joey Marshall.
All right. So you guys are going to come up and you get to pick whatever you want up here off the table. So again, let's thank Heather and everything that she does with this program and for taking the time to present today. And thank yourselves for all the feedback. Thank you. All right, so we're going to finish up with the community events and then we're going to do a group picture. Monty, you going to start us?
Yeah, sure. I get to go first now that the chamber president's not here, so I feel special. I know it's small, but if any of you have not seen a pitch competition, a Central Florida organization called Synfluence, which is there through the Florida High Tech Corridor to help small business and innovation and get a pulse and promote businesses that are within the research triangle of USF, UCF, and UF. But all that to say, it's a pitch competition, so it sounds pretty cool. It's free to go to. It's the one on the left at the Oviedo Brewing Company, and you don't have to be high tech or anything to go. I'm certainly not high tech or highfalutin, so I plan to be there tomorrow night. College and career readiness kickoff. So that is how to get engaged in the K-12 system. So go and talk to these guidance counselors, these career and technical education teachers. So those types of classes are the ones that are most malleable to the community, that can easily change their curriculum to get your business right in their classroom, build a pipeline to you, and make sure that they're teaching your gold standard of what's out there in our community right now. So you can talk to Jermaine or myself, and that is next Monday, 2:15 to 4. And one more. So if you are involved or want to get involved in the construction industry, we're partnering with ABC of Central Florida. This is kind of their inaugural event, big event in Lake County. So we've got a pretty powerhouse of a panel. Richard Levy is consulting on the Wolf Branch Innovation Center. He's been a city manager for a long time, done economic development a long time. He's also consulting with the Wellness Way, which is humongous. If you guys don't know about that, I'd love to chat about that. And then Dan Tatro, we've all seen his signs. And Tara Pedro is a local developer building the Mineola interchange where the Publix and Cookie Can and all that's going. She's also a land use attorney. So come to that and learn more about how you can get involved in construction in Lake County. And also go to leadinglake.com to learn about more events and post your own events that are business related.
And I think these are all when we do the sign in on the QR code when we first start the meeting, these are all events that you're going to hear about that Lee puts on. And again, Lee puts on a tremendous amount of events, and they are all extremely well done and professionally done. So be part of them and help help the whole county grow economically. Any other community announcements? Elizabeth.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm with Harmony Real Estate, and we're partnering with Taylor Smalley Real Estate, hosting a real estate networking event on August 28th. It's from 1 to 3 at 1504 Limit Avenue in Mount Dora. There's going to be free professional headshot photos for our attendees and some light refreshments, and I hope you all can make it.
John Doremus, SBDC. I've got a couple classes coming up in September, October. One's on tax tips for small businesses, and the second one is performance measures. So if you want, these are all free. They're going to be right in this room. If you want to join, sign up for them. You go to FSBDC at UCF/Lake County.
All right, any more before we wrap up? All right, so last thing before we go. Again, first timers, if you've been here before, this is what 1 Million Cups is all about. We are a community giving back to our presenters, giving back to each other. If you know somebody that this would benefit, the one thing we talk about is in business relationships, you have to give back and you have to separate yourself. Bring a business partner with you next week that you think would benefit and enjoy being part of the program where they can give back too. Separate yourself from your competition. So our challenge next week, we're getting back into school. We had 56 today, which is the biggest turnout we've had all summer. When summer is over and school is back in, I think we're going to be averaging 50 to 60 plus. Let's beat that next week. Everybody here, bring somebody with you. We want to see you back. We want to see, so you guys got to bring 2 people. Just tell everybody about the program. I know I talked to a couple of you people beforehand, and there's a lot of people that still have not heard about us. You get to see what a great program this is and what an awesome program this is. Spread the word. Let's fill the house next week. And then we're going to go ahead and finish up with a group picture. So we're going to gather up here. We will put our presenter and David and Tyler up front and center. So thank you, everybody.